I would like to add one interesting note to your comment, to your video, that is, when you state that atheism is simply a lack of belief in God. And what occurred to me is that that statement could be compared to the statement that you don't believe that one is less than two. So what I'm trying to say basically that the belief in God, God is such a being by definition that either he exists or he doesn't. There is nothing in between. It's the same as a statement that one is less than two. So if you say that you don't believe that there is a God, it sounds almost like you're living in a vacuum, like you're trying to be somewhere between stating that you believe that one is less than two, or that you don't believe. But basically you can't be anywhere in between, because there are just two options. So when you're stating that you don't believe that there is a God, it's almost as if you are trying to stay somewhere in the middle. Basically what you're saying is you believe that there is no God. So from my point of view, there is no that sort of a, I don't know how I would call it, that kind of a semi-hearted atheism. There is just either believing in God or believing that there is no God. So when you are claiming that atheism, in the case of Stalin and all these other guys, that their atheism cannot be blamed for the actions that they did, that sounds to me a little bit hypocritical, in the sense that when you take a look at the Christian and a Christian's life, often people complain when they do some things that they shouldn't, by their worldview or believe in God, that should be forbidden for them to do, because people complain about it because according to the beliefs that they hold, they shouldn't be doing these things. But when you look at atheism, which is a misnomer in my point of view, it's not atheism, it's belief that there is no God. It's very hard to accept it logically, that holding a belief that there is no moral authority in existence, that there is no one to answer to. It's very hard to accept a statement that such a belief would not affect man's actions. For example, for me personally, when I'm tempted to do something that is bad from a Christian point of view, I'm hindered by my belief that there is a God, and that he is looking at me all the time and knows every single thought and my intention, etc. So obviously that such a belief is going to hinder me from doing things that are not good. So it logically follows that a lack of such a belief would remove that hindrance, and thus it would be easier for a person to do things that could be judged as morally bad. So I would like for you to respond to such a statement, that a lack of such a hindrance that we find in God as a moral authority and judge, that lack of such a belief does not affect person's behavior. I think that statement is logically just doesn't hold up, in my opinion. So I would love to hear your response to that. Thank you, and talk to you soon, I hope.